gosh, voting St. Petersburg.
It's not working. Thought I would go away. Still right here. I tell you, it's the brand. If you have a brand code pink, you stand for women's issues, women's rights. There's nothing wrong with that. Nobody's opposed to that. Just because I was born a man doesn't mean I hate women. You know, if I showed up here in a dress and called myself a woman, you'd probably have some empathy. Now, what does that tell you? That's your own prejudice.
We haven't.
If you have a brand that stands for one thing, guess what? That's where it stands. That's where it's at.
I don't have a brand. My name's Michael. What is yours?
Mike,
I have no problem shaking your hand, but I'm here to protest. I'm not here to make friends. I'm not here. I'm here to speak my...
To disrupt.
Disrupt. There you go. I'm here to disrupt what I consider to be corrupt.
That is all fine and good.
This is supposed to be the #1 war activist.
And you
Number one.
have nothing but a right
The
to be on
squeak.
this sidewalk. And I defend to the death your right to be on this sidewalk. I've done
And you're here to make me be quiet. That's why you're going to keep speaking in my ear.
No, I'm trying to find common ground.
Common ground. Good. How about this? Don't pay taxpayer dollars. Period. Because 60% of
What if I said yes?
it goes to the war.
And what if I said yes?
It doesn't matter if you say yes. What does the woman say? That's the one who's running the show.
No, I'm actually
She's the star of the show.
I'm the guy that brought her
Okay,
into
you're
town.
behind the scenes. She's the star.
I'm the guy that brought her into town.
Who's calling?
To talk to you right now and try to develop a bond of some sort of mutually agreed upon space. That's who I am. All right. And if you can look at
I'm not
me
here to
as a
disrespect you.
If you can look at me as a
I'm not here to disrespect anybody.
then we got something to talk
I
about.
have a problem
Yeah, you
with
do.
innocent blood
As do
being
I.
shed.
As do I.
And I think that we have to be willing to sacrifice our lives
That's fine.
for this cause.
That's fine.
And who's willing to do that?
And she-
Who's willing to sacrifice their lives?
I am.
Really? Is that why you're in my grill?
We can hear you. Yeah, we can hear you.
Is that why you're up in my face? Because you're trying to sacrifice your life?
No, we're in your face.
No.
We're asking
We have to get serious.
asking-
It's time to make noise.
I want
We don't have to say perfect things. We don't have to say all the right things. We don't have to be all intellect and all educated. All we have to do is listen to the Creator. He's the one that gives us the will.
could you please do
It's
that?
time to make some noise. These are manufactured dissenters. They're aided from the federal government. How do you think they fly all over the world? You know, this woman said that her arm was broken by the Egyptians. Really?
Disrupting our meeting.
Your arm was broken? How is that?
We'll listen to you. We will.
How was your arm broken? Did they just take you in and break your arm? If they wanted you out of the game, they would have taken you out.
Talk to the lady.
You don't have to get in my face, man. I really don't appreciate that. I'm not violent. This man's in my face. He's the one yelling in my ear. I'm just out here speaking, abiding by my First Amendment right to freedom of expression. You can say it all you want, but I'm just going to keep yelling in your face. That's okay, man. You can keep yelling. All they want to do is provoke you because they want you to look bad. They want you to look bad. They want you to look evil. I'm telling you, take your hand off my bullhorn, sir. Take your hand off my bullhorn.
I want people to be able to hear.
You see this?
She'll talk to you.
Come here, him. Come on, you can come up here.
She'll talk to you after.
Please get this man, because he's in my face. He's getting aggressive. And if he tries to push me or tries to do anything, I want you to make sure you get it on the camera.
It's never gonna happen, bro.
I'm telling you right
It's
now.
never gonna happen.
Media Benjamin.
I can't hear you
Mass
as well.
Media Benjamin.
If you were just talking
Working
normally, I
for
could
the
hear
man.
you better. I could hear you
Not
better.
serious.
I could hear you better if you.
You know, if you get somebody with a little power in their voice, they might get some results. But if you get a little squeak, guess what's going to happen?
Brother,
Nothing.
Brother,
Nothing.
we have given you your.
You know, they tried to,
Now, a police officer can prevent you from using that
Really?
sidewalk. Yes.
I've heard that before.
I
We
have
can
not
find
called-
out.
Here comes the threats.
We can.
No.
Call the police. Let's call the police.
We can find
That's
out.
all they can do. That's all they can come up with. Ignore them, ignore them, ignore them. Okay, call the police, call the police. Okay, shoot them in the head.
I am asking
Okay, you know, make sure they get upset. You know, take a picture of them real quick. They're looking mad.
He's advocating for shooting somebody in the head? Is that what he just said?
Fraudulent. Corrupt.
What are you talking about shooting in the head for, bro? What are you talking about? That?
1, 2, 3. If step 1 don't work, step 2, and then step 3. Well, guess what? Right now, you're at step 1, provocation. Provoke, provoke, provoke. Get them to be quiet. Get them to think about something else. These are professionals, man. They're trained agents for the FBI. Federal Bureau of Investigations. They protect the dollar bill.
They don't even
the central banksters.
They don't even
That's what they're about.
Those
They're central banksters.
don't know me, but I want to hear them.
Well, then why are you in my face? If those people in there don't know you, then why do you really care? Who do you work for? What's your name?
Life.
Yeah.
That's right, bro. People will talk to you if you would talk.
Well, I'm telling you, it's the brand.
We don't want to hear it.
I don't think it would work if I went over to the president's event and said, hey, you let me in or else I'll make a scene. Do you really buy that? Does anybody really buy that? I mean, is that like
why don't you
the bin rotting capture or what?
The same way she did. Why don't you put together
They want you to get organizations. They want you to get connected, get in the network, you know, pay the state.
Together a
No,
meeting.
we do things on our own.
I'll go.
We get results.
I would go.
We don't have snakes. We don't have rats. We don't have rodents.
Put together a meeting.
We get things done.
Same way she did.
That's right.
I'll go.
Nobody gonna use anything I say against me because I'm not gonna talk to anyone.
If you would put together a
I'm just
meeting
gonna
the
come
same
out
way
here and
these
make
people
noise.
have,
Put it down like
we
it
would
is.
come to it.
This is fraudulent.
We don't want to hear that.
I have nothing against anybody in here. I have nothing against women. I'm just trying to tell you, you're being fooled into believing.
Because
you're fighting for a just cause. It's not just.
Because somebody said they broke her arm and she didn't.
This is a feminist organization. It's branded as a feminist organization. It's not branded as an anti-war organization. That's my point. If you're supposed to be the numero uno, the anti-war advocate of the country, guess what you should do? Probably brand yourself as being so. See what the police are going to come out here and try to discourage.
What do you like about branding? What about just life, just people in life? What's a brand? Isn't that something like...
See, they get rich off of our expense.
Isn't that something like Bud
They profit off of us, our labor.
What do you want brand? What's your brand?
Our sweat.
What's your brand?
And their blood. They don't really follow strict laws.
Do you feel
Anything goes.
Wouldn't you feel
They make the rules as they go along.
Wouldn't you feel better speaking?
The futurists.
Wouldn't you feel better speaking normally with people?
Separated from the creator, from the maker.
You see the rest of us using a bullhorn trying to talk to anybody?
You know,
Our maker can hear us no matter what, with or without a bullhorn.
Satan is the master of deception. He was born a liar and born an adulterer and a murderer.
And he uses people with bullhorns sometimes too. Yes, you're right.
What's your real name?
And you want to know what's on my legal?
What's your real
You
name?
want to know what's on?
I don't want to know anything about you other than your real name. That's it.
What's real?
You want to get out here in my face? Why don't you tell me?
What is real? Do you want to know
Yeah.
what's on my birth certificate? Is that your question, sir?
So let's get it real, man. I bet you if I did a little bit of research, I found out this is an NGO, a non-government organization. It's privatization of the government to take accountability off of themselves. You see, the government is a public service. We're supposed to have access to public records. As long as you can privatize everything, you don't have to share any information with anyone. You don't have to tell anyone what your agendas
Are
are.
you hired by Raytheon?
Hey,
Are you hired by Raytheon?
he has,
You know, it doesn't mean people are 100% evil.
he has every right.
It just means
Leave him alone. I mean, this is
that people
not this is what I do. Yeah.
have been bought out. They've sold themselves out.
But you're getting in his face.
Yeah. They want to rationalize their approach.
I
Seems logical. Yet if you lived over there in that country and you had those missiles raining down on you and your family, nothing would be logical. It would all be insanity. It would all be apocalyptic. We have to be in other people's shoes. Try to see things from their side. We can't because human nature tells us, just look around, whatever you see, that's reality. It's not. There's other worlds we have to be aware of. recognizant, come to our senses. And it's going to take a real seriousness, you know, a fierceness. We can't respect results by preaching this peace and love, peace and love. We want love, we want peace, and we want it at the end of the day. We're willing to fight for it now. But if we say peace and love about everything, guess what? The military is going to get their way. And they just recently killed another American citizen with a machine, a robot. Of course, everybody said
Talking to their sergeant, they're going to see.
he deserved it. He killed officers. It doesn't matter. It set the precedent for using robots to kill humans.
Human what? Human what? What are you doing?
What are they using now?
What? Blue Ocean. When you been to Blue Ocean?
Chemicals.
Been to Blue Ocean a lot? Nice hat. You got.
What's the dream? The DNA?
Can I borrow your hat?
What about the chip?
Keeping your, just keeping
Are they going to come with the microchip?
buckwheat.
Is she talking about the microchip? Or is this like something that doesn't really exist? This is real deal. It's psychological. They're prepping people to enter into this uncharted territory.
Who are you? What organization do you represent?
There is no organization. I'm here by myself. I represent the Creator,
The Creator?
the Master,
What creator?
Yahweh.
Oh, Yahweh, I see. So you're here on that, huh?
On that,
Yeah, we all say
yeah, I'm on that tip. That's right. I take commands from the Master himself.
So do
I
I.
don't come out here to meet friends and influence people. I just come here to express what I've been told, my commands.
I see. Talk
Yes.
to me.
Nobody has to believe. It doesn't matter. I put my life. I sacrifice myself. I'm not afraid to die like most people are. Because I've got to that point.
I ain't afraid to die. What's that supposed to mean?
Prove it? This man wants me to prove that I'm not afraid to die. What do you want me to do? Climb the tree and fall on my head?
Try it.
What kind of loser are you?
Try it.
Yeah. These are fakes and snakes. That's alright. It's not over. It's just begun. This is a war. I'm at war. I'm not shooting anybody. I'm not dropping bombs. I got this. A bullhorn. This is my weapon. This is my sword with a capital S. The truth with a capital T.
What, the gospel?
And I'm telling you, this is a fraud with a capital F.
Didn't Yahweh teach
A disgrace. You know, she said, come and join us in front of Ybor City. We're going to protest the Republicans. You know, we showed up. We saw her on the corner. As soon as we got there, she was gone. Gone. She was only out there for a minute. We were there on time. They got information. People speaking into their ears, telling them what to do. You don't have to believe me. It's okay. You know, the truth will come to light. It will come to reveal itself. His Majesty will prove himself on the face of this earth in this time. They got jokes. They got smirks. They got smiles. They proud of something. I understand. Neo-paganism, right, brother?
Nope. I'm just a spiritual person.
Just spiritual. No sin?
I don't know what God you got.
You know, we repent from sin. That's how the truth is expressed unto us.
Yeah, I grew up in the
The real truth.
Yeah, I know what he's some cult.
And this is all about
What cult?
being able to continue your life
What cult?
and pleasure.
Sounds like a
To be able to rationalize
Yeah, I
it
know.
all in your head and say, you know what I do? It's okay because other people around me are doing it too.
Sure.
That's not how the master worked. That's why he said,
Yeah, we're all
many will be called and few are chosen.
Yeah, I can already tell what you're talking.
You know, they out here mocking me, speaking into my ear, trying to provoke me, man, just trying to get in my face a minute ago. It's okay.
Getting in your ear.
You got this guy over here, he's talking about getting in my rear. You know, there's nothing educated. Why don't people begin to start to think for themselves? I think if you begin to think for yourself, you'll come to the determination that it's time. It's not a joke business. This is for those that are real at heart, serious about what we do. We're not taking orders down the line from the Rothschilds, the various bankers. We know how the capital flows. We understand the agenda. Try to belittle us with the real intentions. That's okay. Just the beginning. You got a name? You. So what I'm trying to say is these organizations fluff. They prop up a weak face. Yeah, they might have some truth, but so does Donald Trump. Doesn't he come with some truth too? What they want you to do is not stir up anything. You know, anger is the emotion that moves people the most. At least that's what the scientists have told us. Makes sense. You get angry, you get other people around you angry. Then you see some change. Look at what happened in Baltimore. Look at what happened in Milwaukee recently. That's what I call change. You get some results. Stop worshiping the creature. Stop worshiping your creator. You know, is this book gonna mention the golden chain? That document that was uncovered in Bosnia in 2002 in the raid that was signed by bin Laden himself, of his main donors and beneficiaries? Does it mention that golden chain? Or are we still talking about the 28 pages? See, they tell us what to think. They tell us how to feel. They want us to look at them and go, what are we supposed to worry about? What are the issues of the day? And they go, oh, abortion, homosexuality. Let's talk about that. No, let's talk about Donald Trump. No, let's talk about Hillary Clinton. No. Let's talk about something real. People's lives. Innocent ones, children, grandmothers. That's real. You know, my Lord, He says, those that are not willing to lose their lives for my sake are they're not my followers, not my disciples. We have to be willing to lose our lives. Everything. Money, fame, even our blood. That's not violent. That's sacrifice for a worthy cause. Did anyone say that Christ was violent? Yet he went into the temple and overthrew the money changers' table. And then he took whips that he made from cords and he drove them out. Now, know what you think that is. You can think whatever you want. I say he used force. That's what it's going to take. It's going to take a type of force. Yeah, we have to stand behind the line. We can't let them use any of our actions or words against us. But yet we have to come with a special kind of force to let them know who we are. It's okay. It's just the beginning. Abiding by my First Amendment right to freedom of expression on a public sidewalk. Abiding by my First Amendment right to freedom of expression on a public sidewalk. And I have nothing else to say. Am I under investigation, Mr.
Officer Lightfield.
Lightfield, Bradley Lightfield and Misty Swanson.
Yeah.
Well, I'm headed this way. Is there any reason you're obstructing?
No, we're not obstructing. We're just asking you if you can move on, okay?
Excuse me.
Okay, thank you. Have a great day.
That's all right.